Who likes pesto? And if you like pesto, you are in the right place. Today I'm making a very special pesto recipe. It's gonna be pretty good. Gonna have some really nice kick to it, some good spices and some herbs, and lots of basil and lots of goodness. So it's gonna be really tasty, good for you, good to you, and I think you're gonna like it. So please stay tuned. Making pesto and pasta, kind of like a little bit of a comfort food, so it's gonna have you really good. It's gonna actually have some shrimp in it, it's gonna have some spinach, and a nice tasty homemade rich pesto sauce. Cherry tomatoes, see those right there, nice and sweet and rich and red, a couple of different color varieties of those. Some pink salt. Pine nuts. Don't know if I'm gonna toast these or not, but I got some pine nuts there. Got some fresh spinach, some baby spinach. We're gonna use that in the pasta. Nice. Look at, oops. Got some fresh Parmesan. Some lemons. Gotta have those. Also got some limes. Oops. This zest is off anyway. This one's a little bit overripe, but we're gonna fix that. Fresh basil right there. Nice and fresh, perfect. All right. We're gonna take our pine nuts. We're gonna take about 1/4 cup of pine nuts and place them into the food processor. Once I get my food processor set up, the struggle is real. I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of pine nuts in here. Be careful with the blade, make sure it's in there, but be careful that you don't have it plugged in because you don't want any accidents. I don't want anybody getting hurt. All right, so put the pine nuts in there, 1/4 cup, turn them on, and we're gonna basically chop these and then kind of grind them down to a nice kind of almost like a peanut butter texture, a little bit chunkier than peanut butter. All right. Alright, so we're going to add 1 clove of garlic that's been peeled into the food processor. Along with that, I'm going to add about 2 handfuls, let's say maybe about 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of fresh picked basil. I have a fresh picked basil plant in my kitchen that I also have in my garden, so it's nothing better than fresh. We're going to add that into the food processor as well. So my food processor is a little bit small, so I'm gonna actually do about 2 different runs of this, but feel free to bunch it all in there. Sometimes the more the merrier, but you wanna make sure you definitely balance it out so it all mixes in well. I'm also going to add in some olive oil into the food processor too. So we're gonna add in probably about 1/8 cup of olive oil into the food processor. All right, so we're going to actually grate some fresh lemon. So I'm gonna actually take this lemon zest with my zester tool and just grate off the exterior skin nicely. That lemon zest is going to actually really brighten up this dish really nicely and add a nice little bit of a zest and a tang. So not traditionally something that's in pesto, but I really like the flavor and it adds a little bit of a different flavor profile to it as well. So I think you'll like it. But yeah, please zest that lemon. Then we're going to slice it open and we're going to actually use our hands as juicers since my juicer is kind of broken. It's on a timeout right now. So we're going to actually use our hands to juice it. So let's go ahead and get that done. You want to make sure you don't get the seeds of the lemon in the food processor, and if you do, just kind of fish them out. Watch your fingers, don't cut them, but definitely get those seeds out because they kind of mess everything up a little bit. So All right, so we're going to actually grade the lime zest as well. So we're going to take about one or two limes. I say probably one. We don't want to overpower the flavor, but just like we did with the lemon, we're going to grade the exterior zest of the lime and then juice it. Fortunately, there's no seeds to worry about with these limes, so it should be pretty seamless and easy. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take the mixture of basil, olive oil, lime, and lemon zest and juice and put it back into the food processor and mix that on up. So my pesto is a little bit light skinned, right? It's a little light, a little pale. So I wanna actually add in some more basil to kind of make it a little more rich and green. I think add in some pink Himalayan salt too, to make sure we have a nice bit of that kick and some nice spice in it too. All right, look at that, that's much better. So the green is much more rich and true to color, so we should be good to go. All right, look at that. That's perfect. So this is the ideal color that I was looking for. It's nice, bright, and green, and more rich. Before it was a little bit too pale and a little bit too creamy. All right, so now we're gonna add into our pan, and that's gonna be on a medium-high flame. We're gonna add in some olive oil. Then we're gonna saute some minced chopped garlic. We're gonna peel basically 2 cloves of garlic, chop them up, and put them into that medium-high flame. Shrimp, deveined and also peeled, which has been done for you already. So, and we're basically going to cook these for about 2 to 4 minutes on each side until they get to a nice kind of golden color. I'm also going to add some seasonings on these as well. All right, so we're going to add some lemon juice on top of the shrimp, and we're going to also add in some Himalayan pink salt and also some fresh cracked black pepper. Your guest will thank you later for having seasoned food, and so will your stomach. It definitely helps having some seasoning on this shrimp. I love shrimp, but you definitely want to make sure it's seasoned nicely. All right, I'm going to cover it for about 2 minutes. Just let it kind of steam and let that steam kind of help cook. Nice. All right, so we're gonna actually boil some water and add I add 1 bay leaf to it, some garlic, and also some black pepper, some olive oil, and then also some pink Himalayan salt. And I'm gonna basically boil that water to probably about 3 to 4 cups of water. And then I'm going to add in some linguine. I'm actually using whole wheat linguine. You know, that extra fiber is always good, right? So I'm gonna put that in there and get that nicely al dente. I like my pasta a little bit al dente, so it's nice and firm. But we're gonna go ahead and boil that up. Use our tongs to kind of make sure everything's in there. Never break your pasta. I don't like to break my pasta. I like to have a nice long. And now we're gonna take out of the pan our shrimp. It's gotten nicely golden brown. The flavor and smell is amazing, and it's nicely cooked. Also, what we're going to do now is we're going to take basically some white wine. I'm actually just using a little bit of white wine, and I'm going to take it and deglaze the pan with that white wine. We're going to do that, and then we're going to take it and we're going to dice 1 onion and add that diced onion into the pan. So we're going to basically saute the onion in the juices of the shrimp along with that white wine. All right, so I'm going to use one of my favorite seasonings. This is from the Gourmet Collection. It's actually the roasted garlic and rosemary and sea salt flavor. Really good. It adds a perfect kind of balance and just a nice kick to everything, and you just really infuse that rosemary flavor. Those cherry tomatoes from earlier, they've been sliced in half. I'm going to add them into the pan and saute those up as well. And then I'm also going to use this, this is actually really good. I like this a lot. So I'm going to use this Williams Sonoma. It's actually olive oil infused with basil. So that's a really nice flavor. And then we see our golden brown shrimp. I'm gonna add some spinach into the mixture of onions as well as tomatoes that's been sauteing. Then I'm gonna take that shrimp and add it back. Mixture of onions, tomatoes, as well as spinach, and have that all kind of simmer together for maybe about a couple of minutes, just quickly. And just get a couple of close-up action shots of that. Look at that, looks so good. I wish you were here, you could taste it through the screen. Subscribe, maybe you'll be invited. Just playing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our linguine. It's been boiling for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, I would say. We're gonna take that and basically put it into the colander, and then now we're gonna get a large serving bowl. Now we're gonna take our pesto, that green goodness, and take it out and mix it in nicely to the serving bowl. And then now we're gonna take our shrimp and onions and tomatoes and spinach, and we're gonna add that right over top of the pasta. We're gonna mix it all up with our tongs, and then we're basically gonna add in a nice fresh blanket of spinach to add a little bit of pop color, but also some new texture that's not cooked. And then I'm gonna add some fresh grated Parmesan right on top. Beautiful, there you go. So I am starving and I'm gonna eat this right now. Please remember, as always, to turn on notifications, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, as well as comment. Let me know what you think. I've gotten actually quite a variety of different comments from people, so I want to hear from each and every one of you. How do you like it? So let me know if you like this recipe, and we're going to have a good time. So. Please stay tuned.